What's up everybody, it's Robin Gaming here. So this is going to be an interesting one. So Microsoft, Xbox One developer called Yusuf Mehdi, if you don't know him, basically think back about the whole 2013 Xbox One reveal videos, the guy who constantly said TV, I guess that's the best way to describe him. But he pretty much posted a blog post on LinkedIn, kind of like reflecting on the whole history with the Xbox One and how the whole process has went. And he wrote some pretty interesting stuff about everything that went on in 2013 with the reveal event. So I'll just quickly read it and then give you my thoughts. He says, with our initial announcement of Xbox One and our desire to deliver breakthroughs in gaming and entertainment, the team made a few key decisions regarding connectivity requirements and how games would be purchased that didn't land well with fans. While the intent was good, we imagined a new set of benefits such as easier roaming, family sharing, and new ways to try and buy games. We didn't deliver what our fans wanted. We heard their feedback, and while it required great technical work, we changed Xbox One to work the same way as the 360 for how our customers could play, share, lend and resell games. This experience was such a powerful reminder that we must always do the right thing for our customers, and since we've made that commitment to our Xbox fans, we've never looked back. This is, a quick part of the whole blog post that he wrote, I guess, and you can read it. I'll put a link in the description, but it's very, very interesting to kind of read this and to see now it's crazy that it's been 4 years ago pretty much when we saw that Xbox One announcement and the PS4 announcement at the same time, and just that whole year was so, funny in a way at the same time as well. It was just hilarious to see that console war going on. I'm personally not, of course, the type of fanboy that really is, trying to feed into this. But at the same time, you see these people really fighting this war for these companies, and it's just insane to see that. And here we are 4 years later, and we all know that the Xbox One heavily changed, of course, the whole approach, I guess. And so I still find it somewhat like, it's 2017 now, the Xbox One is kind of behind. Everybody has to be very honest about that, and I'm saying that of course as not being a big Xbox fan myself, but everybody can see it, right? The Xbox One is behind compared to the PlayStation 4. Not only in the sales, where it's pretty much 2 to 1 I think right now in terms of the ratio, also simply in terms of the games and everything that's coming out. The exclusives we got in the last 2 months on the PS4, literally about 5 or 6 of them, whereas on the Xbox One you only got Halo Wars, and it says enough right now. There is nothing on the horizon for Xbox at the moment, apart from maybe Crackdown. We know there's eventually going to be a new Halo, and there's a couple of, I think, smaller games, and maybe I'm missing one or two, and that's pretty much it. And we have the Scorpio, of course, but I can't stress out enough with the Scorpio that it's like, well, that's cool, the Scorpio is gonna be cool, but I need to see games for it. Ultimately, what it's all gonna come down to is the games, and that's why Microsoft is really struggling at the moment, whereas the future on Sony is looking very bright. There's so many exclusives that are still yet to come out, other than the ones we already literally just got in the past couple of months, that, yeah, it's looking very bright, and I can't wait, of course, for the Sony press conference, but I'm also very interested in the Microsoft one, simply to see what they've got coming up. Anyway, what I was talking about is really that you still see right now the consequences of that 2013 announcement of the Xbox, the stupid decisions they made there with Kinect being forced to be bought alongside the Xbox One, with the whole always online thing where you had to, connect to the internet every 24 hours, I think, for your Xbox One to still work, with the fact you couldn't trade in your games and sell them to other people, right? Or buy them secondhand, I guess. It's just all these decisions that at the time just didn't make sense, where I'm really like, why did they even make those in the first place? Like, I get it in a way. I get the whole secondhand gaming thing, because let's be very honest, and you gotta realize that if you buy secondhand games, you're simply not supporting the developers. And so Microsoft or the game companies that make those games are never gonna see actual money being made for you buying their games secondhand. Get what I'm saying? So yes, everybody should, with full intent, know that when they buy a game secondhand, they're simply not supporting developers. So my recommendation would also be buy your games new, or at least buy your games at a sale, but buy them from places where you buy them new. Because ultimately, if it's a game that you enjoy or that you end up enjoying, then, well, you should, of course, kind of grant the developers who made that game some money, because, yeah, that's what they deserve for it, right? So I get it it, but at the same time, like, you just can't do that. You're gonna alienate so many people by restricting them to buying games new that there's no money to be made at all anymore that way. And so, you know, if I think about the always online thing, for me that's also not a big issue because, like, I have internet everywhere, whether it's at home or whether I'm in the train or something. Here in the place I live, there's internet everywhere. So, you know, it's not a big deal for me to sign in every 24 hours or whatever to my Xbox One or my PS4 or something because I'm always logged in anyway. So, once again, not a problem for me, but at the same time, why put that restriction on people? Because there are so many people still that don't always have access to the internet, that want to play their consoles offline or you know, somewhere else where they don't have access to internet, that it's crazy that they made these decisions in the first place. But it's good at the same time to hear now that they're looking back at it and really admitting that they've made, you know, wrong decisions there. So that's good to see. But at the same time, yeah, had you seen this 4 years ago, then I'm pretty sure the Xbox One and the PS4 would be in a much more even space right now, because had the Xbox One done well from the get-go, I think Microsoft would have been able to invest more, hopefully, into first-party studios. At the same time, have more money or more investment into actual third-party, you know, exclusives as well, which, you know, they're still very much big into, I guess, right now, because, yeah, they just don't have all those studios. And people would not look at the Xbox One still in a kind of negative light. Still, right now, people do, let's be honest. There are 27 million, I think, Xbox One sold, so clearly those people are fine with it. But at the same time, compare that to the PS4, which right now has sold over 55 million units or something like that. There are still many people there that are not looking at Xbox in a very positive way, simply for the way they handled things back in 2013. So, you know, you can see that if you mess up once, you have this whole, like, you know, just even 4 years later, it's still not completely vanished or disappeared. Yeah, because these things really have consequences. So, I want to know from you in the comments, pretty much, what do you think about this thing that Yusuf Mehdi from Xbox said? Do you own an Xbox One right now? I myself, of course, still don't, but at the same time, I'm looking forward to that press conference at E3. Hopefully they're going to show some really cool games for the Xbox Scorpio so that I might end up actually getting one, but that's not in any way guaranteed right now. That's still a kind of, you know, I'm taking a wait and see approach with that. I really want to see what they've got coming up at E3 because they still have lots to prove to me, mainly in terms of the game. So with that being said, thanks a lot for watching, everyone. You know, let me know your thoughts in the comments and leave a quick like to support my channel, and then I hope to see you again next time.